and welcome to Community Connection. I'm Tracy Christensen. Utah is fortunate to have a climate that encourages the arts and lifelong learning. Today I'm joined by Alyssa Hickman Grove from the Utah Division of Arts and Museums and Lance Larson, Utah's Poet Laureate. And they're here to tell us about some of the initiatives they're involved with. Thanks for being here.
Nice to be with you.
Well, you guys do a lot of things to encourage the arts in our community, and let's talk first about the Bite-Size Poetry Project.
So the Bite-Size Poetry Project was initiated back in 2009 by our then Poet Laureate, Catherine Coles, who teaches at the University of Utah. And she wanted to gather up some of Utah's finest poets and have them record themselves reading their own work, just a brief poem that could be read in about a minute, and then have this format for the poems to be easily accessible and just get them out to a wider audience. And one of the poets who was involved in that first round of bite-sized poetry was Lance Larson, who is now our Poet Laureate and teaches at BYU. And he can talk a little bit about what it was like to be involved in that. But it was a wonderful program that they did in 2009, 2010, and 2011. Then there was a gap of a few years. We had some staffing changes, and now we've reintroduced it.
That's great. It sounds fun. Then how is that distributed, or how can people hear those snippets?
We release one a month, and we release them on our YouTube channel and on our website, and just disseminate them, you know, as widely as we can. People are welcome to share them on their own social media platforms.
Fun. So what was the bite-sized poem that you shared?
I've suddenly forgotten the title.
Some minutes.
Some minutes.
Oh, see, it was memorable. That's great. So what was that like? And tell us about your role now as the Poet Laureate too.
Well, it was a great opportunity. One's happy to have a place at the table. I see the project as an opportunity, one, to document poetry, but also to celebrate it. Originally, poetry was an oral tradition, and so this is a great opportunity to free it from the page and bring it back to the public as it was meant to be.
I remember memorizing poems in school, you know, and I feel like maybe we don't do that as much as we did or should.
They do it now, Poetry Out Loud,
Yes.
which is a project that we're involved in as well.
It's another project that my colleagues at the division do, which is a high school poetry recitation contest.
That's great.
Yeah.
And so information on all these programs can be found on your website, which
Yes.
is?
www.artsandmuseums.utah.gov.
Great, and we'll put that up as well. So tell us about what you do as the Poet Laureate around the state.
Well, I'm available for all sorts of things, for readings, for Q&As with different groups, lectures, workshops. I visit classrooms, K through 12, colleges, and also different writing groups around the state. I see my main role as an advocate for the literary arts, specifically poetry, and a way to celebrate the arts. Mostly I'm a cheerleader and an enabler and encourager so that writers can do the best writing that they're capable of.
That's wonderful. How do you think it's going? Do you feel like it's happening and people are being excited and motivated about it?
Absolutely, yeah. This summer there was a national conference of poetry societies which was held in Salt Lake City. So I had the chance to meet people from across the country, and it was a great chance to rub shoulders and celebrate poetry together.
Yeah. And we have in Utah the oldest state-run writing competition, which I did not know.
That's what I'm told. Our Utah Original Writing Competition has been going, I believe, since 1958, and it's an annual event. We have several categories that cover fiction, nonfiction, biography, autobiography, creative nonfiction, poetry, essays, short stories. We get somewhere between 200 and 300 entries every year. It's very popular. We give out cash prizes, and our winners have gone on to notable prizes nationwide. A number have gone on to become Poet Laureate, such as Lance.
That's so great.
So yeah, it's really an exciting project that we do every year.
So remind us your website once again where people can go and find out about that contest.
artsandmuseums.utah.gov.
Thanks, Alyssa and Lance. We appreciate you being with us.
Thank you.
If you'd like more information about the programs of the Utah Division of Arts and Museums or other organizations you see on Community Connection, please visit our webpage at KBYU11.org. Thanks for being with us. We'll see you next time on Community Connection.